Welcome back to the Colecast, and today we're going to be reviewing the past few weeks towards the end of a great season of football throughout whole of Europe really, and in particular the Champions League final and how dominant PSG were. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into today's video. First of all, let's start off with the negatives. Man United losing to Spurs in the Europa League final. I mean, that final is probably one of the worst finals I've ever watched. As in, both teams were just really bad. But I mean, Man United, we probably deserved it after the season we've had. I mean, one of the worst season I've ever witnessed. But one of the worst seasons ever, apart from when we got relegated that year. But Spurs have got Champions League football now, so they might attract more players into the club. But it's weird because Harry Kane's left, and then they've won international and European trophy without him. But yeah, I mean Man United. We've just signed Matheus Cunha, but yeah, I think we really needed to win that to entice a lot of good players. Bruno said that he's not interested in going to the Saudi League, so that's good for us because if it weren't for him, we'd probably be in a relegation battle this year. But yeah, it's good that he's staying, and hopefully with Ruben Amorim, he starts to get the team clicking a bit for the new season. I think if he's not putting performances right before Christmas time or even October, he might be showing the door. But I think he's sort of a bit out of his depth, and maybe he's shot himself in the foot by saying he's not going to change his tactics and his style of play. Because in his press conferences, even after the final, he said, "I'm not going to change the way how I play, and I'm not going to change how I do things." And I think in the Prem, that system just doesn't work because you get overrun and everything. And Buemu looks like he's going to come to Man United as well. I think that could be a good signing, but we don't really play with wide players apart from full backs or wing backs. But yeah, we'll like to see how he adapts. But we're going to move on to Champions League final now, and what a game that was! Honestly, to watch that, and for me watching PSG, they were just unreal to watch. Literally kept the ball all the time, and they moved it so well. Coutinho looks like he's going to be really good. But yeah, and only a few years ago was at Wolves struggling to get on and playing. But yeah, he's so good at the minute. But yeah, PSG now are really starting to move away from superstars because you had Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe at the club at one point, and you think, oh, if there's any time to win the Champions League, it'd be then because of all the firepower they had up top. But really, it just shows you if they play more as a team than focusing on individuals, then they will get further. But because the team's so young as well, they could dominate Europe for the next few years. And to be fair, if I'm another team coming up against them, I'd be scared because they do look really, really good. And they're just working as a team. The midfield's good. Hakimi's brilliant at the minute. He's been scoring all season for a fullback. But also the other fullbacks and everyone who plays, they always attack. But the press is unreal. From the goal kicks of the Champions League final, Dembele looked like he's a sprinter about to start a 100-meter final. I know it's a bit exaggerated, but it was he was on the edge of the 18-yard box, ready to go and press the defenders and try and pin them in. And unless you can break that press, you can't really get out. You'd have to go long and hope that striker picks up the ball and then sets it and creates things happen. But yeah, they look a really, really strong team for the next few years. Chelsea won the Conference League. They won. They went 1-0 down and then won 4-1 at the end result. And you always thought they were going to win that competition because the other teams, no disrespect to them, they weren't as strong as Chelsea. But they've already got Champions League football because they're qualified through the Premier League. Crystal Palace won the FA Cup, but now there's a bit of controversy because they might end up having to pull out from the Europa League because they won the FA Cup because the owner owns Lyon or someone like that. So I don't know, but Man City owners, they also own Girona, and City and Girona played in the Champions League either this year or last year, um, but they were still allowed to play. So I think Palace should be able to play in the Europa League, and also it'd be good for Palace. So also European teams come in Sellers Park. That'd be some really good atmospheres and some really good midweek games in Europe then under the floodlights. But yeah, it's been a really good season of football as well. McTominay's gone over to Napoli, and he's won the title over there. But yeah, it's weird because every time a player comes to Man United, they seem to get ruined, whether they come from academy or from abroad. And then as soon as they leave, they start to shine again. It's it just shows how bad Man United has ran and everything. But as a Man United fan, I hope we improve our standards as a club for next year. And for Ruben Amorim's future and situation at the club, I think he just needs to come out to the press and say, yeah, I was wrong, I'm going to change how I play. So, and then change the formation because in the Prem, I just don't think it works. And it's not good to watch because under Ten Hag, we didn't have a structure of play. but we're still like somehow managing to get results. But under Amorim, we have a structure, but we're not getting results. But I think he's got until Christmas to sort it out, or even October. But yeah, hopefully he does, because I want him to stay. But I think he's a bit out of his depth. But thank you guys for watching the podcast this year. I'm going to be doing a bit on transfers and stuff in between now and the start of next season. But yeah, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be making more content throughout the summer. And I'll see you in the next one.